Good afternoon, Jazmyne. How are you today?
I'm pretty good today. How are you doing?
I'm very good. Thank you so much for allowing me to record this portion of the interview. We have chatted a few minutes offline before the recording and talked a little bit about the reception position and some of your experience. I was impressed with your hospitality experience. Anyone with a background in hospitality is always going to make a good fit for a reception position. So, why don't you tell me how many years have you worked in hospitality?
Well, I've started working in hospitality probably since about I started my practice when I got to college about 2014. So when I
Okay.
graduated in 2013, I went straight to a community college in the area where I was living in. And there I got more hands-on. Now, when I was in high school, though, I did 2 years of hospitality and tourism. So I did that whole, we had a store. So we ran the store. We did all kinds of activities within the school. And then I got that same thing when I went to college, within the following years. So I'd say
Okay.
together, all about maybe 5 or 6 years.
Okay. And your hospitality experience includes front desks at hotels, hotel front
Yes, it
desk.
does include front desk. I've worked in convention centers as well. So there's, that connection there. But
Hmm.
that was when I was living in a bigger city. I'm from a smaller area before I got
Okay,
here, of course.
great. And then, tell me about your reception experience. Have you ever had a job where you were answering phones pretty much throughout the day?
Yes. So some more than others.
Hmm.
Like I said, when I was in the smaller area, we got more of the military clientele. So they were more walk-ins. I mean, walk-ins. They would be lines and lines of people. So there was that. And then, the printing, the copying, the fax machine, answering the phone, the making of the keys, and
Hmm.
taking care of the guests as they came down or needed you to call and they need pillows and they need this and they need that. So yeah, it's an experience, but I love it. I really do.
Okay. I worked front desk. That was one of my first jobs that I had at a big resort. So I know everything that goes into that. And I always seek out people that have had that experience because I know it's not easy every day,
Mhm.
and you can have some great guests that come in, but you can also have some challenging guests. So, why don't you tell me about a time that you maybe had somebody who was a little challenging and how you turned that around?
Well, living back in the small area in Missouri where I was, they had a lot of local people that would come through. And let me tell you, those local people that came through, they thought they owned the place. Okay. So that was a little challenging. They would try to argue with you about the price or argue with what they see is online versus what you're telling them. And so there's always that, you know, level head that you have to keep when trying to explain to them what they see online versus what the policy is within our hotel. So, and that's not a problem for me.
Mhm.
Usually I come off as friendly, so they're willing to talk with me. And if not, then I always just get someone else to help explain, maybe within a
Mhm.
different tone, or them just seeing a different face sometimes helps them
Mhm.
calm down and accept the message better from someone else. So it's just all about
Okay.
working together, you know.
Yeah, I can see that. I know that a lot of times, we try and, help de-escalate an issue personally, but sometimes has nothing to do with what you've said. They just don't like the information that you've provided. So
Exactly.
sometimes it can be a good idea to maybe have your colleague, back you up and explain, that this is the price. And especially,
Right.
yes, like you said, locals sometimes
Oh
we had that
man.
too. Yes. So, how do you work with multitasking? Tell me a little bit about that. Do you like how do you determine if you have 10 different things you have to do? How do you determine what to do first?
Um, I guess I just try to prioritize what I know has to do versus what I can kind of take my time doing later. So if I come
Okay.
in and I know that there are things that didn't get done last night or the day before, those would be the things that I would try to get done first versus, doing the things that are going to take me all day or that I know I'm going to just run straight through. I'll save those things for last.
Okay, great. Let's see here. And you've done Let's see. It looks like you have your hospitality and tourism certificate of
Yes.
completion. You've got that. Let's see here, and it looks like you're working towards your degree. You were working towards it. Is that something you're still doing?
Oh yes, that's especially now that we've gotten here and we're almost settled in. I got my
Mhm.
kids, they're doing their stuff. So I'm about to jump back in it too. I'm pretty excited,
Okay.
especially in this newer area. Like you were talking
Okay.
about resorts and stuff earlier. That is what I want to do. I've been trying to get
Okay.
there. So
Okay.
we're working on it.
Okay, great. Well, the position that we talked about is, of course, going to be here in Daytona Beach, not a resort, but it is,
Oh,
front desk position for a law firm, if you will.
yeah.
So, all right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop this portion of the interview, and I'll be right back. Thank you.
Okay.